About to see a major transformation out here in this space. Right now, Zachary is working on transplanting some of our starts that we purchased. We're starting back here with some zucchini, and we are using for the first time our Hybrix vegetable fertilizer that we got from Roar Seeds. Well, if you can make out this little rough copy of our diagram here, Zachary just planted 56 plants, and he's working on more as I sit on my little princess chair here. So we did, don't mind the noisy vehicle, we did 4 green zucchini, 4 yellow zucchini, 6 kohlrabi, 6 flame star cauliflower, 6 white cauliflower, 6 broccoli, 6 Brussels sprouts, 6 Savoy cabbage, 6 OS cabbage, I believe it was, which is just a standard like green cabbage, and then 6 purple cabbage, for a total of 56 planted today, 5/16. All of the beans and peas are now in. Zachary did this yesterday or the day before, I believe yesterday. And now he is working on getting all of this in the ground, which is going to be like spaghetti squash and things that are going to trellis up the fence line there. So that's what he's working on. He did it. 56 plants on the top deck. And how many did we have here? 8, 13, 16, 18 total over here after a full day's work. Good job, Zachary. And if you see here, we have our little diagram. So we have all of the peas that were planted, the snap peas, the provider beans, the yellow beans, and then we have the 8 spaghetti squash, 5 butternut squash, 3 more butternut squash, and 2 acorn squash. So that is the breakdown of our fence line bed. And even with all of that, we still have room down there beyond the bucket, if you see in that space. So my hope, everyone, is to show you these little bits of our planting, and then at the end of the week to show you how everything is doing. So this is still tonight, and this is how we are utilizing this space here, at least our first planting of it. And then we have all of that space in the middle yet to work with. We have Duck is out getting some water. And obviously all of this jungle needs to be addressed yet, but we're working on it. Zachary's working hard. Did you forget to talk? Did you forget to talk?
Hey guys, so we're just prepping some bed areas for our starts that we started ourselves. So out here we have our cold crop, and we had some zucchinis up here at the top. What happened the other day was after we planted all the peas and the green beans and the squash down the fence line, and all these cold crops over here, we got a little bit of a frost one night, and it got down to about, I think it was 31 degrees, 31 degrees here in our backyard. And most everything survived okay, except for the green beans, the squash, and some of the zucchini, and a couple of the cucumbers took a little bit of a hit. But our green beans and our spaghetti squash, acorn squash, and 5 of the zucchinis slowly are dead. That's a little bit disappointing, but all right, guys, so we planted broccoli, more broccoli, baby broccoli, Brussels sprouts, Chinese yellow heart bok choy, purple lady bok choy, um, what is it? Cauliflower, green macerata cauliflower, and then Romanesca cauliflower, and then Napa cabbage and Chinese cabbage. So it all fit in one row. Okay, so this was our garlic bed. If you saw me do that video, we planted late season garlic, and the warm temperatures that we had all the last part of the winter, I think that it just didn't get cold enough to stratify the garlic. So we only got 5 garlics that came up out of the whole bed that I planted. So we're just gonna plant over it with some celery, and this fall we're gonna get our regular garlic and do our proper fall planting of garlic. That way we can actually get a decent garlic harvest for next year. A little disappointed that it didn't work out. I was really hoping that it was gonna work, but I think the temperatures just didn't allow for it to work out properly. So now we're using this spot for some celery, which our celery did really good in these raised beds last year. We had it in this bed here, and it was like a cut and come again type of situation, and we got a lot of celery out of it last year, and it even survived partway through the start of the winter. I'm just going to use a little bit of fertilizer here. This is organic fertilizer. All right. So in our garden area from last year, we still had some kale that overwintered and is now flowering, and the flowers are just delicious.
Potato starch broccoli. It doesn't taste like candy.
It tastes like broccoli.
Yeah, right. But it tastes like broccoli.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, so we got real lucky. We found this lady that's local and grows plants every year and sells them at the farmer's market. And she had 2 half-gallon jugs filled with sweet potato slips. And I wasn't able to actually start sweet potato slips this year. I really wanted to, but I just didn't have the time. But she had like, what is this? 40 or 50 sweet potatoes. So this is potentially up to like 300 pounds of sweet potatoes. They're planted a little closer than I'd like, so that probably will affect the growing a little bit. So I might get a little bit less of a harvest, but even with all these buckets, that's still a lot of sweet potatoes.
Well, Zachary, you really did it. I was not thinking that there were that many sweet potato starts in there.
Yeah, this is a lot.
It took pretty much all of the buckets that we planned on using for potatoes.
Yeah, we wanted to use these buckets for regular potatoes, but
We'll figure it out.
we figured out we have lots of 5-gallon buckets that we can grow in, and there's a couple other tubs that we can use. So we'll see. And we only have 2 bags, so like 10 or 15 pounds of indeterminate potatoes. So
we'll figure it out.
We don't really need deep buckets for determinate potatoes, so we can use something else for those. But I do have one more bucket up there, and I have that bucket, so maybe we can use that for a bag of indeterminate potatoes.
We'll figure it out. Good job, Zachary.
I'm excited. Sweet potatoes. We love sweet potatoes.
You better look up some sweet potato recipes. This is not the best shot by any means, but I just want you to see the craziness that is Zachary. I am sitting on our porch here, and he is running back and forth planting our pumpkin seeds. Planting in the rain.
Planting our tomatoes, and instead of doing a double row, we decided that we're going to do just a single row. And we're using a trick that we've been seeing a lot on YouTube, that people are putting an egg in the hole of their tomatoes, which I guess is supposed to give it a boost of calcium and other nutrients. So I'm getting the hole as deep as I can. I'm taking the bottom leaves off so I can get it covered as deep as I can. And I'm packing that in nice and firm. And then I want to create like a little water ditch around the plant so that the water collects around the base of the plant Water gets in there nice and easy. We're doing 16-inch spacing, which is a little bit tighter than we normally do, but since we're only doing a single row here, I think it'll be just fine. We're going to use our cattle panel trellis on this row, I think. Oh, I don't know a lot. No, sounds about right.